Okay, we'll call the Forestville Town Board hearing to order on November 15th, 2021 at 6:30. You take a roll call first.
Okay, Roy Engelbert,
Here.
Larry Huber,
Present.
Jason Klahach,
Here.
Dina Schmidt here, and I'm Ruth Kirscher, and no one else is present
Yeah.
yet. Okay.
Okay, thank you. This procedure is a hearing for the 2022 town budget. And we will have our clerk explain the budget to us.
Okay, I have both a summary one and, well, this is a detailed one. We'll go through the detailed one. We did go through this last month, you know, in preparation. And I think I did mention the changes that I made. And I also included the garbage account at the very end. But in like, you know, the first column is the 2021 actual budget, and that was $419,997. And then the actual January and October expenditures, plus the estimated November, December expenditures come up to 538,000. And you wonder, whoa, why is it so high? But we have the TRID, thanks to Roy, we got the TRID of $73,073, and also the ARPA funds of $57,515. So if you take that off, we still are way below, are below our actual budget of, it comes to 407,000 instead of 419. I'm just rounding off the numbers here, but now with the additional expenditures for December and November and December, it will be pretty close. So we had proposed on the last column is a proposed budget. And you'll notice the last under town revenues, I did include the garbage proposed of 88,000 that we will be receiving when we collect the taxes. And then the ARPA funds and the intergovernment revenues, we're going to get an additional 57,000. And I did cut the interest down on the very their miscellaneous revenue, because we did not get very much interest this year on our funds. So that comes up to 536,109 for the proposed budget. Under the next page, the expenses for general legislative, that's the town board, and that's pretty comparable to last year. And also the general administration, the financial is pretty close, is comparable. And we added, I think it was 6,000 to the town for the supplies, repair and maintenance for the town hall expenses. And the insurance is quite close, and so is the legal. And under public safety, fire department, that's I just got the levy, and that is 54,000. It went up 8,986, but our valuation went up too quite a bit. So that
8,000, how much was it increased from last year?
8,986. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and ours is 6,478 less for our levy. Yeah.
Our share.
Our share. Yeah. So, okay. Public works and transportation, that would be our mostly the highway. And I did take some off to make the budget balance out, but we're going to go a little bit over, but that's okay because we have the TRID funds. And then under health and human services, that was quite comparable. And then on the bottom, I put the garbage special charges in a separate account. So the balance of the accounts with and then estimated November and December receipts and expenses, we should have at the end of the year about 172,000. But less the ARPA funds of 57,515. And then I did, if you subtract the garbage off that, we'll still have 25,000 at the end of the year. But then we collect 22 garbage, 22,000. So it should be about 47,000 or so, 47,879. So we're still in pretty good shape here. Are there any questions or? Oh, the cemetery account is on the next page. Yeah, I forgot that one. We started out with 13,581 and our income was 1,100 and our expenses 2,541. And that's our balance at the end of October. And now we just paid for the cemetery cleaning, so it's a little bit less right now for November, but this is the October balance. I think it's like 300 and some maybe for grass cutting and then for
Like
cemetery
grass
cleaning. Yeah,
cutting and then
yeah,
we get some cleanup.
yeah. So then on the bottom, I have the motions that we would have to approve.
Any questions regarding the detailed budget?
The only question I have revolves around these ARPA funds.
Mhm.
We have 57,000,
Now I'm gonna get another 57.
right, but they still need to be accounted for separately as well as we go through
Mhm, mhm.
through this. So are they in reserve or do we aren't using them in
They
essence?
are in right now, just the 57.
Right, the first
Yeah,
one. And you're looking to receive a second one.
yes,
In May?
Right.
yeah.
So if we end up the year with 47,000, that includes that 57,000 we got.
Yes, yes.
So,
But then it's also on the bottom, it says less.
No, I took that out. I
Oh, you took that out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been
Yeah.
taken out.
That's been taken out. That's in a separate account.
Yes.
So, right, that's reserved.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's not into our actual functioning budget.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Very good.
So we need a motion to adopt the budget or a motion to what?
Motion.
Well, actually to approve the levy, right?
The levy, everything.
Yeah, that's your number one on the bottom of the number one.
Yeah,
So it's two separate motions?
Two separate
Yes.
motions.
yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Well, I would make a motion to approve the total town tax levy as outlined and collected for 2022 pursuant to state statute 60.10 sub 1A of Wisconsin statutes.
I would second that.
Okay, a motion has been made and seconded, made by Larry, seconded by Jason to approve the 2021 total town tax levy to be collected in 2022 proceedings to S60-10 parentheses 1 and parentheses A of Wisconsin statute. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. Okay, we also need a motion, we have a motion, we're talking about the
Through the highway expenditure.
expenses, so public works, that's 297,179 for 2022. We need a motion for that.
I'd make a motion to approve the highway expenditures for 2020 pursuant to the state statutes 82.03 of Wisconsin state statutes.
I'll second that.
Motion by Jason, second by Larry to approve the highway expenditures for 2022. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Right?
Opposed? No further business to be conducted at this hearing. We will now close the hearing for the 2022 budget hearing. And we will now proceed on to the agenda of the monthly town board meeting on Monday, November 15, 2021. At approximately 6:40. Order and a roll call, please.
Roy Engelbert,
Here.
Larry Huber,
Here.
Jason Clahach,
Here.
Dina Schmidt, and I'm Ruth Kirscher.
Okay, thank you. Has the agenda been properly noted?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Therefore, do you have agenda in front of you? Motion be in order to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Jason, is there a second?
Yes.
Second by Larry.
Mhm.
I don't see anything I have to change.
We may have to just adjust for when we have this presentation.
Okay,
I don't see, I made arrangements for Megan Myrick to join this meeting via Zoom. And so I'm not sure when I had advised her that we would probably be closer to 7 o'clock because there was a lot to do.
okay,
prior.
very
Okay.
good.
So it may slip.
Okay, very good.
I'd say we take that item number 7 and we can talk about the email piece and we'll just take the presentation when
When it
they show
happens.
up.
Okay, yeah, sure, well, wait, we can break, yeah, very good.
Okay.
Okay, all those approve the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. You have in front of you the minutes of the October 18th of the town board. Motion to approve the minutes.
I would first like to, well, okay, there's a correction if you.
What's the motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as corrected.
No, just to approve the minutes first.
Okay,
Okay,
make a motion to approve the minutes.
right,
I second.
in a second. Okay, motion made to approve the minutes. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
in number 7, or I'm sorry, number 6,
Mhm.
sub D, monthly minutes posted after approval of town board at next.
The word next instead of net.
Yeah, next,
Oh.
NEXT.
Okay,
I like to have them here.
You sent us out a copy.
October,
This is your.
Number
yeah,
6,
number, 6, I was looking at 7 here.
6D.
down the last line.
Oh, okay. Okay,
All right. Any other corrections or additions?
Nothing like that.
Hearing none. Motion now would be to, with the correction, to approve the minutes with the correction. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried to approve the minutes with the correction. And they now will be posted.
I'll correct that prior to my posting.
okay. Otherwise I can
Well, I have
correct it and send it to you.
Yeah, well, I have it.
Next, we have the treasurer's financial report.
Okay, in the cemetery checking, we have $98.84. Cemetery perpetual care, we have $10,128.58. The cemetery savings, we have $1,564.53. Town checking, we have $1,114.43. The money market, we have $40,074.98. And the LGIP general is $62,861.34. And in the contingency fund, we have 50,000. And Ruth and I were just talking about that. And I'm wondering if we could take the 50,000, get rid of the contingency fund and put it back in the money market, so it all is in one place. It's actually in there on the
It's in
bank
there,
statements,
But
it's split out on
Here,
our
on our reports.
sheets. Okay.
We show that just so that we don't want to touch that money.
Yeah,
And
It's just kind of,
It's a,
so we have it,
right. It's a
for
reserve.
emergency, or, for an
And should we
emergency.
ever have to borrow money, they want to know that we
Mhm.
got that.
Excuse me.
It was just something years ago that the board says we should always have at least 50,000 in case we have an emergency, we have
Yeah,
bad roads, or the roof
Mhm.
goes off of the town hall or whatever, just something. And that's what they did, but I think Sherry is one that kind of put that separate, and
Well-
yet it's still in the funds.
Well, I think what happened is when Sherry did it, we were banking with Bay Lake maybe.
Yeah, probably.
And when we switched to Bank of Luxembourg,
Uh-huh.
they put it all in as one,
Mhm,
and we just kept it separate in our book.
mhm, mhm,
So our bank statement actually shows both the amounts together.
mhm, mhm.
I mean, we recognize the need to retain a contingency fund.
Mhm.
And I don't think it, this only tends to confuse.
Yes,
It's always been listed this way. It has always been this way. And if it's in our bank statement, if you look at the bank statement, it's all up in the money market fund.
Mhm,
Yes.
It should be reflected that way,
Mhm, mhm.
because that's where it's at.
Yeah. Mhm.
So we just thought we'd bring that up. And then the other thing is this accounts receivable, there is no accounts receivable. It's all paid. I just, when we started doing this, they told me to do the invoices out of the system. And then when the money comes in, you pay it against that invoice,
mhm.
okay? But now it's paid against that invoice, but it still shows up in the accounts receivable.
Yeah,
And I don't
Oh,
know why or
How
how
can we
or
get rid of
what,
that?
how do I,
Yeah.
I'm afraid to delete it because I'm afraid I don't know where it's gonna go.
yeah. If that's, because all that money that, like, one of them was at $600 for the tower
Yes.
rent. That
Yep.
was part of that 800, and that's already included in here.
Yeah, it's already included in our
Yeah.
monies.
Yeah,
So is it
so the
including?
807 is not money that we have.
So your accounts, right now, you don't have any accounts receivable.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
No, you don't, we're not in that business.
No.
We don't lend, our bills,
Yeah.
the only way you'd have accounts receivables is if people didn't pay their assessments, whatever.
Mhm, mhm,
Right.
bills, yeah.
right,
You know-
but then that gets into delinquency and tax.
Right,
Yeah.
and then, so then I had to go in and I had to do a journal entry for, Rick Millard had a personal property and WVDK did. And that's what I was missing in my tax collection
Mhm.
because they paid it. So that cleared out my tax collection, but the only way to get it there is by doing a journal entry.
Why have it there then? Why even have it set up that way?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That only, again, that it tends to
It's so
confuse
confusing. Mhm.
when you're looking at these
Yes.
reports.
Yes,
Because this is not the first time you said, well, even though it's listed as a receivable, it's been paid, you pencil that in.
I'm not using the invoices anymore.
Okay,
Yeah, it's,
I just use the regular.
what you always
desktop
did, yeah,
QuickBooks.
yeah. Mhm.
but you're not, but we're not gonna send out invoices.
Well, we
send out
will, yes,
invoices
if we have to,
If we have to, but those are few and far between.
right,
Mhm.
yes.
I would say you should.
So
drop that as
somehow I
well.
need to, and I don't know if I call Quantum or somebody to find out how
How
I
to
get
get
this
rid of
off
that,
of
yeah.
our
Yeah.
system. off of our-
Another thing too is that 60,922 under
Fixed
total
assets.
fixed assets. That's the value of the town hall when we
Mhm.
first started, so why would we have to have that in there? I mean, it's not,
Well, it's part of it's assets that the town owns.
well, it's the same thing like, property and,
We never showed that before on our old
No,
system.
but you had to put something in or.
So maybe someone could tell me how to actually get that out of your
Mhm,
report,
mhm,
maybe?
mhm.
Maybe it doesn't have to be in the report.
Yeah,
But it sits out there.
yeah.
Well, and maybe Beth Alderson can give us some insight into those three topics
Yes.
from Quantum. I don't know if Sue understands those pieces of it,
No.
but that might be, we might start with Beth Alderson at Quantum
Okay.
as a starting point, and we could ask Sue, see if she can give us any insight into that,
Mhm.
because it would just clean this thing up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
basically what you would do. Because it moved that, I'm not sure how to deal with
Aren't we supposed to show our assets?
the value of the asset. What's the value of the town hall?
This value's been in there for
been-
25 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
We don't depreciate them, do we?
no, and see, therein lies the issue. We have a town hall, there it is, and that ended up as on the record. But
Yeah,
it's not appreciated. I mean, we wouldn't turn around and sell it. It's a government location.
and we never use that
Well, it's
in
still
any of our
probably-
reporting
probably
or
penny for
our Form C or
Right.
anything.
It's Dirk Connor could probably get a pretty good penny for
It's no use in the bookkeeping system.
Right, what is
No.
it really showing?
Well, we should have the improvements in the town hall. Maybe we should,
We expense that.
Yeah.
We
that's all
expense that,
expense.
okay?
Yeah.
Because we even though we spent 18,000 to regenerate it, remove lights and walls and painting. So if we would keep on adding all the things we put into the town hall, we should be well over $100,000.
Well, and
But
the audio,
Yeah.
the Zoom,
Yeah.
the TV stuff, but that was grant, that was money that was grant money.
yeah,
I don't know that a town actually can show having assets.
yeah.
We can't liquidate them.
Yeah,
But if you have, like, say your insurance, we have rural insurance, what do they evaluate the place at? Wouldn't that be kind of the same thing?
we
Yeah,
haven't, we're fully insured on
Right.
this property, so.
But I bet it doesn't show just sixty
No,
thousand.
it doesn't.
No,
No.
no.
So it doesn't serve a purpose in the.
In the bookkeeping
In the,
system.
in a for
No.
government entity, no, if it was a
No.
business, if you had a business, you show your,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
if there's no reason to have that in there,
right.
no.
So I would say, see what we can do to get all of them out of there.
Okay,
Clean it up, and then when we get a financial report, we'll actually see a list of the physical accounts where the
Yes.
monies are.
yes.
Mhm. And one thing that's kind of confusing to me too is when I write out a check for the town and then I write one out for the cemetery, it's in the same account. I mean, not the same account because you gotta choose
No.
your account, but it's, you know, you pull it up and you've got cemetery and then you've got a town check and then you've got a deposit, then you've got a cemetery. It's all, yeah, when I write out my checks. You look under the expenses and it's all, I'll write out a check for the town. For, you know, town expenses, then I want to write out a check for the cemetery, you pick cemetery and it's right next to the town one. And then you want another one for the town, well, then it's town, cemetery, town, and you
But
look up and down on your,
They're coming out of separate accounts.
it does when you go into your reports.
Right.
But on your, when you're doing your books, oh, what is this, you know, and then public service, all those separate
Yeah.
ones that there's no check number, what, you know, why isn't there a check number here? Oh, okay, that's public service, it's an automatic withdrawal.
So that's your check, but that seems odd because it's.
That's,
different.
yeah, it's just like if you have a checkbook and you're writing out a check to the cemetery, you're writing one out for the town, you're writing out public service, it's all in there
Yeah, no, same.
in a row. You
So
don't have a
there's
separate
automatic-
one for the
Yeah.
cemetery. You do when you do go to the
But
reports.
if you go back out and come back in, it's still the same way?
Mhm, mhm,
Really?
mhm.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's like having a checkbook with
Yeah.
automatic withdrawals, you've got your
Because when I
deposits, you've got everything.
Look at
Oh.
the detail sheet, it's broken
Yeah.
down by
Yeah,
account.
yeah,
Yes.
yep, it
And then
is.
you have the
Mhm.
information,
Mhm.
correct?
But not the checkbook part.
That's just really weird.
It is, yeah, it's. I'll have to print up a page of that and bring that sometime.
So the recommendation is to move the contingency all into the money market, is that what?
Contingency
Yes,
and
uh-huh.
find out how we can do
Okay, where the
away with,
accounts
with
are
assets.
receivables and assets,
Yeah.
because
It's
they
just
they
confusing.
generally just come, you know, it's like, so what's that?
Yeah,
Why is it
Giving
saying-
us a really a not true picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, motion to approve the treasurer's report then.
So I make that motion.
I second.
Motion by Larry, second by Jason. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Please signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion is carried. Next, we have public comment and correspondence. Well, the first correspondence I had, you see the letter that we're going to be inserting in the,
No, I have a question.
Okay,
this is the time for making changes that we
Yeah,
yeah, because I'll be sending it to them probably tomorrow or Wednesday.
Okay, question. Under property tax collection, due to COVID-19, this year, the government center is closed to the public.
Mm-hmm.
Is the government center closed to the
Mhm.
public?
Mhm.
Yep, that's what
Dina
they
would
told-
know.
That's
Yeah.
what they told us at our
Yeah.
meeting.
Okay, in-person property tax is limited to the treasurer's office. They've got that little window they
Yes,
put in.
yep.
So I just wanted to confirm that. And then I read the thing on, at the bottom here, and you must obtain a permit to collect the 5.5 room tax, and then down at the bottom bold, it's the 8% tax, because that's what it's going to be as of January 1st. Somebody who might read this might think it's 5.5 plus 8. I don't know. But because up here it says room tax, but it also, here it just says 8% tax. So is it, which is the room tax? Is it for,
So this should say room tax, it collect 8% room tax instead of just tax?
Yeah.
yeah,
Because they sent me
They
this little,
sent you that,
yeah,
yeah.
they sent me that little
Mhm.
blurb.
well, but you see the
I
confusion?
understand, yes, I do.
Yeah, I would say, just like it said up there, 5.5 room tax, it must collect 8% room tax.
As of January 1st, all rentals occurred in 20 and beyond must collect 8% room tax,
Mhm.
okay.
I would add the word room.
Okay.
That would help to clarify.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay,
And my little blurb came from Mariah Goody. She sent,
Oh, yeah, she sent that out. This was that land use letter she had sent.
well, that was somebody else's letter that they sent out. She had sent me an email back
Oh, a
in
separate one.
the 22nd, talking just about the camping issue.
Mhm.
And Ruth suggested I should put something in there about blowing grass on the roads, but I kept
That's
it,
only one or two.
I
yeah.
kept it simple, just two
Mhm.
things at
Sure,
at a time here. This is a serious problem about camping. In fact, I noticed right on Highway 42, there's 2 camping trailers in that one spot,
Oh,
right across from, it used to be Leonard Kramer's
oh,
property.
okay.
That,
Mhm. Bob Grosso.
yeah, okay, Bob's property right across the road. I think it's Brittle that owns that property.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 camping trailers.
so is this like in your yard or is this like in
A vacant
lot.
vacant lot,
vacant lot?
vacant
Okay.
lot. And we're,
So if they have it in like a woods or something, that's the same thing. right?
that's right, that's
Okay.
right. If you're getting calls now, people would like to buy a little acreage and put their trailer there. Well,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
No. Now, I keep my camper, but that's on my house property,
Yes,
and I just park it there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have it open or anything, right?
No, no, it's there. I mean, that's where I park it
Mhm.
during the summer. I store it during the winter,
Mhm.
but it's not vacant property. It's on my house.
You could turn it into an Airbnb.
Thank you, Rick Jason.
So, okay, just that one little change on our letter going out, that'd be great. Okay,
Awesome.
That looks good.
okay. Okay, the other item I have here is that have a note from a bank corporation looking to buy business checks, sell us business checks, deposit products, pre-ink stamps, as well as specialty printing. Did you get this letter, Ruth?
Mm-mm.
I don't think it's much, but it's it's not,
Commercial printer.
yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think we would use that
No,
service.
no,
Okay.
I don't think so. We have.
Is there anything we're supposed to do with this list right here, this commercial property list?
Yes, I have that here, personal property. Are there any new businesses that started up in the town? Or any businesses that quit that are on the list? And I reviewed it and I couldn't come up with any new businesses, so I sent it out to everybody.
Okay.
If there's-
I
I
looked
didn't
at
see
those.
anything new.
No? Okay, I can let them know tomorrow then, okay.
What do you have to report this to somebody?
Yes, to town, to Associated Appraisals.
Associated appraisal, that's where
Mhm,
this goes to. Okay. Didn't realize we had that many businesses in this town.
Mhm.
How would we find out about new businesses in the township?
Like, word of mouth.
Word of mouth,
Is
I
that it?
guess, yeah.
Yeah.
If you think of somebody starting up a business and. Mhm.
Well, or somebody puts a sign out.
Yeah, yeah. I was kind of going up down there. I'm thinking, oh, I don't know anybody that started something new.
comment I'm gonna make is with regard to getting correspondence about your Norton is expiring.
Oh,
and We have
yeah.
this and we have that, and Ruth has sent me notes occasionally, is this something we
Yeah.
have to pay?
We get bills and,
We get
yeah.
bills and they're spoofing and trying to get you to
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
for all kinds of things.
yes,
And the one was that domain thing in
mhm.
particular bothered me.
yeah.
So, Be real cautious. If you got a
Mhm.
question, don't pay it.
I don't see,
check.
I don't see Mark Krieger's tree service on there.
I think it's under Krieger.
I've got, I see,
I don't have my,
Jason Marin, Jason Krieger and Marin Trevor. I see that in there, but I don't see Mark Krieger's service in there. He has two, his son is one employee,
okay,
and a third
I'll
employee.
check on that one.
I thought that was in there.
I did too, I thought. This is under Krieger Tree Service or something.
You see Villadella. No, it's not on here.
Okay, I'll check that then. Mark Krieger. Now, that's the one that lives in Eddie's house?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
On the center, yeah, center road. I have his address and everything, okay.
Okay, the other report I got is from Steve Jenkins, our Door County Economic Development. And now he has done the broadband infrastructure engineering assessment. And one of the first thing you're going to do is hire a dedicated person to manage an implementation of the network strategy. Did you see that email?
Mhm,
Okay, so that's what's going to happen. We also heard our president sign $1.2 trillion, and that's broadband.
That
So
was today.
you're going to see more and more about broadband, but
Mhm,
I thought it was interesting. First thing after the study is that we're going to, Door County Economic Development Corporation is going to hire a person to
Mhm, mhm,
process that.
mhm, sure.
On the, you're smiling. Okay, another item I got here for, I got a letter from the Wisconsin Public Service saying that we should know where our lines are and get an education on our
Mhm.
natural gas lines. So if you wish to find that information out, you can go on their site and encourage local public officials to review the materials. And you can find training at www.rtueonline.com. It's for your information.
Okay, Megan shows that. Now, you can see that, how you do everything. I'm admitting Megan into this meeting.
Okay, now we can continue later.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how much more public correspondence do you have?
I got one more item,
Okay,
Did I get something too?
and Ruth's got one.
okay.
Um,
Go from there.
We have a well here, and it's an 8-inch well for water. It's a very good well,
8 or 6?
eight
Eight.
inch well. And we have to take, per the government, we have to do a well testing every 3 months. And then once a year, we have to do testing for a nitrate. And so far, we've been coming real good. Now, this is just a little lesson in inflation. When I started taking samples 10 years ago, I mailed them in by priority mail for $5.95. It went up to $6.95. And in August, it was $7.95 to mail. When I went to the post office on Wednesday of this week with my water sample, I was told that priority mail now takes 2 days. Therefore, we're recommending that you use next day's service, which is $26.60. In fact, I was informed that they are now sent, because we just get this little white box with the
Right.
container.
Yes, like-
Now they're sending out that little white box plus the big envelope, so that if you send it in for the next day service, we're $26.60.
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
Yeah.
So that's our inflation. So Ruth,
We'll have to increase our budget. now.
yeah, that's our inflation less, and we did pass the test, and so we're okay.
We're good.
So that was, what else you have, Ruth?
I just want to mention, maybe at the next meeting, we could consider placing our ads in the Pulse instead of the Door County Advocate.
Mhm.
Maybe just think on that. I'll put it on the agenda for next
Okay.
month. And the other one is,
Price wise or?
well,
or-
nobody gets to advocate anymore,
all right,
and
so
more people
subscription.
get the free
Right.
paper. Mhm. Okay, and the other one I can wait with the Towns Association. I just want to know the number going.
Okay. Okay, well, that brings us up to Hey Gov.
Okay, let's see if we can. There you are.
Hi. Let me see if I can share my screen. Oh, you'll have to enable me to be able to share my screen.
Alrighty. I have advanced sharing option. One, and hang on, here it comes. And that should work.
Okay, let me see if I can now. Yep. Okay. Well, my name's Megan. I'm with HeyGov, and Larry invited me to speak today. And so first, I'm just going to give a little bit of an overview of who we are, and then I'll show you our software. So HeyGov is municipal apps for local governments of all sizes. Our vision is to create a suite of software tools that helps municipalities work digitally and remotely. It allows citizens and businesses to connect and collaborate digitally, and it allows municipalities to go paperless. We don't want to force you to completely go paperless. If you like how you do it now, you can keep doing it how you're doing it, but add the option to let citizens be able to submit licenses and forms and pay for things online as an added convenience to them. And it also helps with the clerk. Anything that was done in person pre-COVID, we believe should be available online. And that's why we're ARPA funded, because we give towns, cities, and villages the ability to move things online that were previously done in person. And we believe that anything can be done online should also be able to be done on the phone, because I think it's like 94% of millennials and younger do everything on their phone, even like over a computer. And the majority of people either have a computer or a phone that they do things on. And that's why we have an app that's available on the App Store and Google Play. And I can show it to you. That's our app. And HeyGov makes local government convenient, and people love convenience, especially when it just works. So that's why people are loving our service. Our team can digitize your forms for you, and we'll do the first 5 for no charge. And since you're actually considered founding members, since you're use our sister company, Town Web, for your website, we do more than 5 for free for founding members. And here's the form builder. Like I said, we'll do your forms for free, but it just shows where we make the magic, where we make the forms. And this is the town dashboard. Anyone in the city administration or town administration who wants to view it can. It shows like a top-down view of everything going on in your municipality. Here's where you can see the latest form submissions. And we also make it where you can accept credit and debit card payments online and in person. And now I will share, let's see, another screen. Okay, so this is from an administrator's point of view, like the town clerk's point of view. I just have a little demo character named Leslie. I don't know if any of you have seen Parks and Rec, but that's where it's from. And you can see the latest resolved issues from Hey 311. So any of the issues that the city's solved. Let's see. So like, for example, this one was just a demo one that we put in, but unsightly structure next to the road, and then it was assigned to the code enforcement department, and there were some questions that was asked, and then they fixed the issue. And then here's Hay License, where you can see the latest form submissions, or you can go and view all the submissions. Here's one that I submitted earlier during a demo. I didn't completely fill it out, but you can see the application timeline, when it was started, when payment was sent, and there was notes that were added in saying that there needed to be some updates to the application. It kind of creates a good workflow process so that you don't have to call them and be like, hey, there was something wrong with your application. Can you come back and fix it? They can just fix it online and then resubmit it. And then you can submit any, I just made this on a piece of paper, but like, let's say you have a dog application, a dog license application or operator's license that requires like a proof of some type of certificate. They can attach that. They can take a picture from their phone. They can attach a file from their computer, and then they can do their signature. And if you need to send, like, let's say somebody calls City Hall and they're like, where's an operator's license? I can't find it on your website. Where's it at? You can just go into the operator's license, send it to a citizen. You just type in their name, their phone number, and it sends it to their phone. And then they'll have a link where they can fill it out, put in their email and everything. Trying to think what else I can show you guys. I guess I can show you the form builder from here. So let's say you need to go in and you're going to charge more for for the dog license. You could just go into form builder, and then you would just edit it through here. You just go in and you could change the fee, and then it's intuitive. So it would, I don't know exactly. I think it's right here. So you would just go in and edit the cost of it, and it would apply it to the form. And that's something you guys could do, or we offer unlimited support with the monthly subscription. And you can shoot me an email or our support email, and then we can go in and do it for you or walk you through it. We're very hands-on. We like to communicate with our clients and keep in the loop with them, know if there's any problems they're having. Does anybody have any questions? I've just been talking.
When I had first talked to Dustin about this, he had an actual example of a document, showing basically, we only have a handful of permit requests. We have driveway requests, there's a few requests, forms that we have, a hall rental form. I think 5 or 6 forms is about all we have on our website at this point in time. And basically, he demonstrated for me the completion of a simple form, and then how that was then submitted.
Yeah, I can show you that.
Okay.
I think I have. Let me see. I just didn't want to take up too much of your time if you didn't want me to.
No, I
Let
think
me find.
that it would be important to see the actual process of completion of a form. We also, the one thing that I know we do have, but we have not pursued, is we have the hall rental, and we do have, we rent the hall out periodically.
Yeah.
To not only civic groups, but then also private parties for, whatever, pampered chef or whatever they are. Yeah.
So right now we could make a form for that, but by the beginning of the year, we're hoping that we have hay reserve done. And I don't know if any of you have ever used like Airbnb or anything like that, but we're going to integrate in a calendar, and you can have photos of the rental, the hall rental. I know some places have like park gazebos that they're wanting to rent out, and I know like a lot of places you have to come into the town hall, flip through a calendar, try to see when it's available, fill out a form there. but it'll be a lot easier. But right now, I think we're building forms, and then you can pay for it online like that. But hopefully, we're shooting for the beginning of the year, no later than February. We'll have hay reserve up, and it'll make that a lot easier because you'll just click on the. You'll have a calendar that pops up that shows you all the available dates, and then it'll have a list of rules for each rental and everything. So that'll be a lot easier. But this is from a citizen's point of view. My citizen's Anne, and can you see it? It says operator's license. Is it on the right screen?
No, it's got the menu and it says, start online application.
So that's the right place. Okay. So this is an operator's license that we made for the city of Black River Falls. And so you have the option of doing a temporary or the actual operator's license. So we'll just do the operator's license in a new application. And it shows that there's an additional $10 for a background investigation fee. And I have an account on here, so it auto fills in the name, and then I'll just put in my address. Let's see. I live in Alabama. I don't know if y'all can tell by my southern accent. I'll put in my phone number. Don't spam me with calls, please.
The information that an individual would put in to get their operator's license for beer, for the pub or something. Yeah. Okay.
I have no idea what my driver's license number is. Okay. And so I'll ask some questions. Have you had a service license in the past 12 months? We'll say no. And have you attended or enrolled in a responsible server training course? We'll say yes. Are there now any criminal charges pending against you? If we said yes, we would have to type in the dates of offenses and jurisdiction of charges and nature of offenses. We'll just say no. Have you ever been convicted of a felony or misdemeanor for a violation of federal, state, or municipal law pertaining to the sale of fermented malt beverages or intoxicating liquors? Again, if you said yes, you'd have to type in the information, but we're just going to say no. I've never been convicted of anything. List any names you have identified yourself with. You can just type in whatever. We'll say SpongeBob SquarePants. Can't type either. They say when people's watching, you always type 100% worse. Don't know why. I can't type when people are watching. Any and all state of addresses you have resided at? No, I've never been arrested. Okay, and then you can choose the certificate. I don't think I'll just attach a document if it might not. I'm on the demo version, so it won't let me. But this is where if I was on my app on my phone, it would let me take a picture of the application. Like earlier, I had done the rabies certificate. I don't know if it would save the application if I took it off of this, but I can draw my signature. I'm very bad at signing on my computer, but it works. I'm better on my phone.
Yeah, you can use your finger on your phone.
Yeah. State of Wisconsin resident since we'll say I moved there in 2016. And then it gives you a statement that you agreed to. This is what makes it law binding. And you hit continue. Except it won't let me submit it since I don't have the file, but I can show you what it'd be like if I had the file submitted.
So, now, if you wanted to pay for that, the fee for that, using a credit card, you would.
Let me show you one that doesn't require a file, and I'll do that.
Okay.
Because I'm on the demo version, just because that's where I have my account at. Let's see.
Someone's take you right to a shopping cart.
Well, that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you the payment. Say no. I'm just gonna fill in my actual information.
Just put whatever.
Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna. Field land name. I'm not filling something out apparently. Maybe I have to actually type in numbers. Oh. It's not letting me put in fake information. Let
A good thing.
me just,
Validate the information you're putting in.
yeah, because I wasn't putting in real tax information. Because these are ones that we have actually made for cities. Okay.
Right.
This one. There we go. Okay, well, my dog's name's Milo, and I'm not sure what he is. I don't think it makes me fill out all that though. I'm just gonna get to the payment information. Okay, so here's the payment information. I think it makes me sign too though. We'll just do whatever. Okay, so here I'm just gonna put in a demo number. And then don't want to give out my credit card information. My parents told me not to do that on the internet, so.
Really?
Okay, so I have all the information and you can see it has the online payment fee. Most municipalities choose to put that on the citizens. It's just a credit card fee like any other online service has. For Stripe, it's 2.9%. That's who we use. We don't get any of it. It's just their fee. And you still have the option to pay in person. Some people don't like putting in card information online. And so they still have the option to bring in their payment. And you can see you can have check or cash, and it shows you what the card fee would be if you paid in person as well. I'm going to re-enter that.
Have the option of paying with a credit card or just printing out the application and mailing it in with a check. Or bringing in cash to the clerk. Or could they also use PayPal?
We don't have the PayPal because we do our payment service provider is Stripe, like I said, and I think Stripe. I'm not sure if they have PayPal integration, but everything goes directly to them because we don't want to handle all of the liabilities of having credit card information in our system. And Stripe is very well known and secure, so we trust them.
And those are the people that handle the card reader?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And
Just curious.
it's just more secure that way. I don't think that they have PayPal integration right now. Let's see.
Okay.
We can actually look that up. I don't like pretending to know things that I don't know.
I understand. But that's a whole nother process of going through to have PayPal.
Yeah, so they don't integrate with PayPal.
Okay.
But okay. So and it shows you that the copy of this form with the above information will serve as your license and can be downloaded in a PDF format. And it shows the expiration date. When we make the form, or if you make it, however you want to do it, depending on the form, we choose how long the license is good for. And so that'll be in the system. And we have an option where you can see all the forms that are expiring. Let's say at the end of December, you'll be able to send out a notice to everyone saying that they need to renew that license. And so it just shows them when the license expires. This one expires 12/31. Then you just hit continue, and then it shows that they paid. And then you can download a PDF of your application if you want to keep it in your files or anything. And then I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but I got an email saying that it was completed. And then when it's submitted, whoever's on the department that we put that. I'm not sure who handles each of your licenses, but we have it set that I think the police department and admin has the dog license. So anyone who's in that department on HeyGov would get an email that there was a form submitted, and they can go in and look at it and approve it.
Right, in this case, it's the treasurer who would get that application, because she takes care of the dog licenses.
So we would just have her set up in the department, and we can have it where people can view and ask for edits, but can't approve it or deny it. It just depends on how you want it set up. It's very customizable. We do it how you want it.
Okay.
So is there any other questions I could answer for anybody?
Stripe does use PayPal and Venmo.
Hmm?
Stripe uses PayPal and Venmo.
Oh, they use Venmo and
And
PayPal,
yeah.
right, okay.
Okay.
Now, and the other piece of it was, when I got the information from Dustin, he also sent along that, the opinion from Dempsey Law, 11-page saying qualifying, for ARPA funding. But then he also, stated that the calendaring, element, which is one I thought might be of value to us, wouldn't be available until the early part of next year. But would that have been included in that initial founding member offer that he had sent me? Because he sent me a form to come to accept an offer. And I brought it to the town board last month, but did nothing with it because it was not on our agenda. And that's why this month we're talking about it.
So what we'll do for you guys, since you are founding members, we can include that in your process, especially since Dustin's already mentioned it to you. So we will do that, and I can make note of that, since that's I think you were actually one of the inspirations for that feature. And they're gonna, like, the next 2 weeks, that's all they're working on is Hay Reserve on their side. I can't do any of that because I don't know how to code, but I handle customer relations. But yeah, they're all meeting up together for the next 2 weeks, and they're working really hard on that to have it ready by the beginning of the year.
Anything else? Anybody else got questions or?
Oh, good.
Appreciate it, Megan.
Yeah, thank
And,
you.
we will go from there and discuss and see where we end up.
Okay, if anybody has any more questions, you can just give them my email, or you can email me a list of questions. I don't care to go through and answer them.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you much.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Bye. Okay. Then I'm gonna drop my guy off too. Where is it?
I'm sure glad we got this. This is where you get this information. Like, if we wouldn't have this, you
Yeah,
would.
it's a very powerful tool.
This to me is really a future. I don't think we're ready for that future right today. But I can see where this is going to be. The people that are under 30 years old, they pay by Venmo. Is that right? Venmo. Sue was having trouble getting this one gal to pay her dues for Sweet Adeline.
Okay.
And she was, well, I don't have any chip with me. I don't have a chip with me. Well, how do you pay your bill? Oh, I use. And okay, that will get you set up. And so she's paying her bills regularly right now.
Because like the people, when we go to the market, people pay me with Venmo, PayPal, or they'll take their QR code on their phone and just wave it past your phone, you're paid.
Yeah.
Here's your Venmo card.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a debit card with a chip,
Yeah. Okay.
and
It comes right out of your checkbook, or what?
it comes out of a Venmo account. I put money in my Venmo.
Oh, okay. You have a Venmo. This gal was getting right from her checkbook to the.
Well, that would be a debit
Yeah,
card
that'd be a
from
debit
a
card.
bank. This is in essence a bank.
Yeah. Okay.
They are a bank.
So
So I transfer funds from Bank of Luxembourg into my Venmo account.
account, and that way nobody can reach, because if you make a mistake.
Well, this is a debit card. It's
Yeah.
a debit card. You use like a debit card, a credit card. It goes into my
So
Venmo account.
why couldn't you just use your debit card instead of having that?
It's direct to where all my other money is.
Yeah.
I see, okay,
I
okay.
like several levels of protection.
Yeah, if
Right.
you send your money to the wrong email address, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's.
Well, and that is the danger,
Yeah.
you know. The other piece of this, in my perspective, and the reason I pursued talking about this with with Dustin and Megan, is that granted, it's the future.
Mhm.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
The stuff that we're doing here is the future. That's the way
Mhm.
it's starting to move.
Mhm.
I don't know with our handful of forms, so what?
So, yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, if this is something that funding could have been used for,
Mhm.
Is that worthwhile to get it and to put it in place? It sets it up for the future for others to use. Or then do we not do that? And then when a future board decides, well, yes, we need this, then that becomes a town expense. All I'm looking at is here's a funding source that's approved basically
Yeah.
for these funds. So,
Yeah.
So it is gonna be a problem first of the year, because this program I have for the dogs is not there anymore.
Mhm.
That's the one that doesn't support. I remember
Yes.
helping you with that one.
So how are we gonna pay the state and the county? Is that,
Well, somehow I have to be able to keep track of this.
Okay.
I don't know if it's through an Excel, somehow I have to keep track of this and be able to send it to the county, yes.
Because that program was provided by the county.
Mhm.
It's not supported, it's not functional. In fact, there's been a number of times that locked you up completely.
Mhm.
And I had to work with you and them online to try to resolve the issue. If we had it in this system, or if we had a system like this,
Mhm.
it would just automatically be there. You could easily extract your summary
And
data.
you think about this, but there's not a lot of young people that send dog license in.
No,
There's tons of young people that have dogs,
Yeah.
but we never get it. One, because they don't have a check, or they don't want to send cash to the
Mhm.
mail, or whatever it is.
Yeah. and the
We
person
might
I-
get more if we have an easier way of them paying.
Not
Then you
only-
might lose your old people because they don't
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
have a
they
way
don't
of
know how
paying.
to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry, I think by the time we need something like this, there will probably be another funds, like there was a fund to buy computers, and we needed
Mhm.
computers. And I think when this is gonna come, this is gonna come,
Absolutely.
but 5 years, 8 years, I don't know.
Quicker than that, you never know.
Yeah.
Be quicker than
Could be,
that.
could be, but
Yeah.
I think this is a great idea, but I think we'd make a mistake to do it now. That's my feeling right now. I think it's a great, thank you for, I think it's great. But what was the monthly charge?
At this point, let's see. The monthly subscription beyond setup is $99 a month.
$99.
And the initial, here is the proposal, if you will, that I got from them. The 99, they would have the setup fee. They waive because we're a founding member. Digitizing our existing forms and setting up on the calendar would be waived. And then they would provide a point of sale terminal, a little thing you could run your card through. And then it's $99 a month. And in the proposal, they said that they would give us a 36-month payment. So that would amount to $356.40 a year. So therefore, it would become a total of $3207.60. Now, if we were to accept this, that $3207.60 would be setting it up, converting the forms, and providing 3 years of service with the card reader. That would put us in, and he gave us a sign-in deadline of December the 1st.
Yeah.
Therefore, that would be from 21 to 22, 23 and 24. And on December 24th, we could renew for an additional 3 years for $3207.60. And that then would give you 6 years of service, and you would have 6 years of this service paid for through ARPA funds. a total of about, what, $6,500?
Mhm.
To me, if we have $100,000, we're talking about maybe spending a total of $6,500 over a 6-year period to put this in place. And that's the only reason I
Mhm.
brought it to this month's meeting. So to me, the future is there. And we as a board may not necessarily be fully conversant or capable of doing that, but would we be wise in setting it in place for future boards? And in essence, having 5 years of it, 6 years of it already paid for
Right.
by the ARPA funds? That is the perspective I have on it.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
And so I'm not just thinking about today
Right.
or our issues we know about. The only one for sure would
Looking way
be
ahead, yeah.
obviously a benefit for the dog licensing and tracking information. That in and of itself would be a big portion of it. And we're talking for basically for 6 years of service, $6,500.
But, 3,200 now and then 3 years later, another 32.
Right. So. And future board can decide not to continue it, or there's a better way to do it down the road.
Right.
This integrates with what we now have for the support. Now, quite frankly, when I go to, Ruth sends me a lot of stuff, the minutes and ordinances and resolutions and, meeting notices and all the stuff we get posted on the website. People are using our website. There's no question about that. This is an enhancement to that. And when I run into issues on the website where, hey, this doesn't seem, what happened? Where did this page go? What's going on here? What's happened? Why can't this work? I send in a service request to town web and boom, it's fixed.
Mhm.
I don't know, and we have the option. If let's say Larry's not here. Okay, you got, somebody else is in this chair and I'm not even a part of this board. Ruth could send that instead of to Larry, she'd send it to web design. They post it and they would do it. So it's not that it's strictly my perspective on this, but I'm thinking about future boards and are we going to position future boards to function in the digital economy that we're dealing with now? That's the real question.
Mhm.
So, to that end, I would like to make a motion that we go ahead with it.
Hi,
Hi.
trying to serve a paper here. Can I leave it with one of you guys to go on that front cabinet?
Oh, sure. I
Oh.
can put it in.
Yeah, it's just something that needs to be posted.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to serve one of us. I'm like,
I don't mean to scare you guys.
What did you do with yours?
I didn't know right away. I'm thinking.
Sorry.
At least the gun wasn't drawn.
Taser is still there where it needs to be.
I've had that already.
Oh, man. Whoever wants it, it's yours.
Yeah, I'll take
I
it.
don't
All
want.
right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
That's okay.
So anyway, my motion would be that we sign up for the service and use what we can.
I'd second that motion because I really think that this is where we need to go.
Okay, any further
So-
discussion?
No, I got it.
The total, what's the total figure again now for the first payment would be?
320760.
Okay, and then, that's for 3 years.
That would be for 3 years. So it would be, I'd have to submit that
By December 1st,
by
right?
December 1st.
And then the other payment would be due when?
It would be 3 years hence from here.
For how much?
30, well, I believe it's still gonna be the same, 320760.
Mhm.
But I have to complete, there's an online form, that's really what I have to complete.
So we're spending, and this would qualify for American Rescue Plan?
Yes,
Okay.
as she stated, because it has elements of distance based on COVID. I've got an 11-page document. Did I send that out to you guys? No. There's 11 pages of the opinion from Dempsey Law. And in essence, what it basically does is we're providing a distance function, not in person, and that qualifies automatically for funding to the.
You have that email then? You can
I
send
can
it?
send
Yeah,
that.
could you send it to me?
I'll send it to Ruth and she can send it
Right,
to us, all of us. How's
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Because that's the one I had. It was part of the packet that Dustin had sent.
Did you
me.
want? Yeah.
I'll forward this to you, Ruth, and get it out.
We have a motion on the floor to have the app of AGov for a total package of 641520 for a 6-year service. And it'd be American Rescue Plan Fund. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion is carried.
The other piece that I'm also working on at this point in time is getting our .gov email set up.
That's what.
And I'm working with the Elections Commission, Wisconsin Elections Commission. And that is, thank you, Ruth, for getting this stuff at the convention. And Dawn Zaleski is the individual I'm working with. She's an elections specialist out of Madison. I spoke with her again this morning. This process is actually been requested by the Elections Commission that we operate using a .gov email address. But it is administered through the Department of Administration. And we also have our email set up through Rackspace, which is where we also have our online storage of all of our stuff. And we have archiving of our email. So I want to continue that process because that's valuable in the event that you get a FOIA request. You can go there and search in your archive since we've started it and get it away. Now, the people at Rackspace had to provide some record. This gets pretty technical, but they had to provide information before the Department of Administration would be able to set up the email, so it would direct email through the .wi.gov environment, and that turned into a kind of, I was on going around in a circle. I was caught between the Department of Administration as well as the Wisconsin Elections Commission and Rackspace, and everybody wanted something from somebody else, and it was, you were in a catch-22 situation, correct? And today, Dawn advised me that she now has the proper pieces in place, and one specialist was out sick and is back at work today, and she said, I'll get back to you later this week. And so we're going to probably be another month before I actually get the pieces all in place, and then we will start to use, here's what my concern was, that there's a lot of people out there that already communicate with us via ForestvilleTown.com. And when we send out responses using that, it goes the .com. That's where the Elections Commission wants us to use the ForestvilleTown.wi.gov. So what I'm working with Rackspace on is that then anything that came in to, let's say, chair, ForestvilleTown.com would automatically go to your wi.gov account. And when you got it, I'll need to work on everybody's email account. But then whenever you get something in, it'll come to that .gov account, and your response will go out by way of .gov. You won't be using the .com outbound. And so that way we don't have to go through the grief of trying to tell everybody, oh, my email address has changed.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
I wouldn't have to do that. The only place we'd make a change would be on our website.
So are we gonna have two separate domains or are we still gonna be one domain? Because,
We would have both domains.
okay,
Because the .com domain
Right.
is where our website is hosted.
okay, gotcha.
And this HeyGov
Mhm.
would meld into
Okay.
our .com website.
And that's just for the security aspect of it.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
And so then when you have people saying, well, I'm working with somebody from Forestville town and, oh, well, it's a wi.gov email. They're working with us through that .gov environment. And that then is what is secured by the Department of Administration. It's a pretty complex environment.
Cause it's been a while since I've been to the big WTA conference that you guys go to. And I remember the one that I did go to, they were talking about setting up websites like this where all the different municipalities start having them and eventually they can all talk to each other. And that was how many years ago? And we're actually being very proactive with this because we're actually jumping ahead of a lot of other municipalities with getting this site set up like this and.
Well, yeah, it is, this is more leading edge type of thing.
Right.
But it's showing us as being more progressive as,
Right.
you know. And yeah, there's advantages now, for like with the dog licensing or what have you, but it also positions a future board to be able to
Right.
function with this and not have to try to invent the wheel from the beginning.
Right.
Yeah,
It might actually attract some people for,
Well, and as we heard from, you know, Ms. Schmelzer here about this, you know, Smithsonian thing and they want to do something for Forestville and we're all of a sudden going to be on a map somewhere. Well, hey, we're not just that little country podunk place,
Mhm,
you know,
Mhm.
here we are and this is how we operate.
right.
Yeah, we got business back in Maplewood.
Well, right. Right.
I'll buy the little store.
Okay.
Anyway.
Very good. Okay. That, we're talking about the American Rescue Plan and we just updated something. So now we have one thing to put into it. Now, the American Rescue Plan, Larry, are you and Ruth going to get together and try to come up with, if we have an income loss for the years?
Oh, yes, we do have loss, I'm sure, but we're gonna,
I get
at this,
the Form Cs, yeah.
you have all Form Cs.
Mhm,
I've got that spreadsheet that I
Okay,
picked
okay.
up from the Towns Association website,
Okay,
and we'll just have to go through. Truthfully, we can guesstimate pretty close what your,
Okay.
when is your Schedule C gotta be filed?
the end of March.
Oh, end of
I
March.
usually have it in by the end of January, February, like,
Okay.
But you were using the Schedule Cs from previous for.
yes.
From
uh-huh.
19? 20?
Is it 18 also?
I
18,
thought it
19?
was, I thought it was,
18, 19?
go back for the year.
I'd have to look. up
Yeah, you gotta
the
go
pages,
back because
maybe.
you're going back.
Yeah, a couple of years,
You're
yeah,
gonna use
yeah.
2021.
So you have
Probably-
those
oh, yes,
forms,
uh-huh.
so we would then take that spreadsheet and we would go through those
Mhm,
forms
okay.
and then bring that forward.
Yeah. Because I was gonna wait till our Towns Association meeting coming, that Ken,
On
yeah,
Thursday.
they were gonna talk about ARPA.
Okay,
And I thought maybe they'd have more information on that, you know, the
What,
formula.
yeah,
or-
I
yeah.
agree, that,
Mhm.
you know, that's something we really should
Yeah.
go after. I'm trying to find the piece that I.
And they
had.
said it had to be in by the end of December. But then I'm not sure if that's the one that they changed.
No, this-
Is
this-
it the end of
this-
April?
this is April 30th, 2022.
yeah.
Yeah. this is-
Yeah,
But I would, you know, it'd be nice to have it
right.
taken care of.
Yeah, that's what your next report is doing.
Yeah, because I wanted to listen to what they had to say about the ARPA fund.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think they're gonna try and market contribution towards the broadband.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah.
I think that's where they're headed with
Yeah,
that.
that's where
Yeah.
I'm heading in now.
But, yeah, I can, I'll get together with Ruth.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay, very good. Okay, and next on the list is approve bartender license from Henry Gilson, Jennifer Borner, and Melissa Nelson.
Yes, I have their applications here and their service. Their beverage service certificate, and I also got one from a Ryan server, or I don't know, I can't really read his writing, but he has not issued his bartender certificate yet, so I'm waiting on his $10 yet.
You can't do
No,
that then.
No, just the 3
Okay,
And did you also get the
license to them, yes,
the
operator.
notarized?
yes,
Okay,
yes, I sent it to Roy, I should maybe send it to everybody, but
okay.
yeah.
yeah, Tim Lockhart has relinquished his license over to Henry J. Gilson,
Okay, and that's been certified?
Yes,
That's,
yes.
Notarized?
yep,
Yes,
Okay.
and Ruth had several phone calls with the state on that, haven't you, Ruth? You had
emails, yeah.
Emails
Mhm.
you had to.
Yeah, I had to, from 2017, I had to give the history of that place. The dates, the owners, when, and everything.
Who had licenses?
Who had licenses up to when, and bartenders and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh my
and that
gosh.
was, yeah, I had a big
That's
long
a-
letter. I should have taken that.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think I have that one. I should have taken along, but yeah, I had a long list. What I had to, no, I don't have it in here.
Yeah.
I typed it all up and I sent it to the state, and that was the same day I forwarded is the day I gave them their license, because I finally got that from Tim. And I
Yeah,
thought, I gotta get that out, the
Okay,
state
so
checks with
that
them,
came
so,
in time.
yes, it did.
All right.
Yeah.
we approved that last, your
That-
contingent. upon
Yes,
the
right.
information.
It was contingent upon the receipt of
Right.
that notarized.
And I called him and twice, and then I got some emails, and finally it came through,
Awesome.
so.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
But I need the approve these 3 licenses then for,
Okay, you have the names of the individuals, they're all checked out.
yes,
Motion would be to approve his license if you so feel a motion in order.
I make a motion to approve the license for Henry Gilson, Jennifer Borner, and Melissa Nelson.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by, made by Jason, second by Larry. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion is carried. Invasive species,
Nothing new to report
well,
on here.
they've done spraying now,
Yeah,
so spraying is completed. We haven't received a bill yet.
I don't think we're going to.
You don't think so?
I
huh?
don't think so.
Because we were entitled to $844.99.
Right.
And,
So I put out a message to him. I haven't received anything back.
Okay,
So
okay, very good. Okay. Okay, the sanitary district, report,
there's
anything else?
nothing new there, but the notice of election will be in the paper on Wednesday. It has, it's this coming Wednesday in the Advocate. It's supposed to be in by the 23rd, so I put it in for the 17th.
And all 3 of them are up? for-
No, just Chris Sample.
Just
Mhm. Yeah, it's for a 6-year term.
6 years.
And I gave him the nomination papers, and he says, I'm not sure if I'm going to put my name in. He says they always write everybody's name in anyway.
Oh,
so-
okay, okay.
So it's up to him if he wants to put the paper, put it in. They even put my name in on there once in a while, and I'm not even in the district.
Okay,
Goodness sakes.
So, okay.
okay, very good. Cemetery report, Larry?
We have, we went through, Jeff and I did the cemetery work this year. Jim was out of town, he was unavailable. We did locate more markers than we've had in the past.
Okay,
And we cleaned the cemetery up, so that's all been taken care of. And both Jim and Jeff now have said, really come spring, we better straighten this line up, the east line. You can see
oh, you didn't say
that east
enough?
line curves,
Yeah,
you know, it was dry. It was
yes,
dry.
yeah,
So we still have to straighten up the east line. I think they put up a piece of rope. The
Mm.
wind was blowing from the west, and so they followed the line, and the line is kind of.
or else they were having a couple beers while they were.
If you drive down if you drive past the church and you look
Yeah.
to the north, you can see the line.
Oh, really?
It's curved, because we've
Oh.
got stakes almost the whole way.
My goodness.
So, and it was the first time Jeff actually had an opportunity to understand how our marking system works and how we detect things and that. So we did, we
That's good.
cleaned a lot of stuff up. And that wood is still sitting down at the house.
No, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm getting it out
Okay,
of there.
okay, all right.
Wait for the snow to go away now.
No, actually, I'm actually just gonna take my old truck tomorrow and probably go grab it on the way through.
Okay.
Get that
'cause
out
it's
of there.
still wet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay, retention of records policy. Ruth, here's what I found out. You have to apply to the Wisconsin Historical Society in order
Go through that
to
again.
get the permission.
Okay.
And then that is all online. So that's the application form.
Mhm.
And all we need to do then is to, after you get permission from them, then we can do the ordinance, amendatory ordinance.
That we would follow.
And follow up
Okay.
and saying that we're going to be using their records. And
Mhm.
it's very, if you got a question, you just go online and, what the airport, what kind of records do we have to keep for the airport? And so
Okay.
it alleviates all us trying to rewrite the history book again. So I
Okay.
would recommend if you fill that out and send it in, I'd appreciate that.
Mhm. Now, this is online, you said you do it.
No,
Oh, just to send it?
I think that form, you send that form too. I think you send 2 copies to that, to the Historical Society. Don't they give a mailing
There's no
address?
address or anything on there. No. Well, here, Madison.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, there's an address
Okay.
on there.
And they want 2 copies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have any information on the fire department. Did you? Anybody got anything?
No.
Seems to be going well, so.
The only thing I heard is still specking their truck out.
Yeah, well, I imagine it's gonna be a long time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the final report for the town of Forestville garbage collection charges was printed up and by Christine Moe, and the total charges for 2021 payable in 2022 will be $88,446.5, $88,446.50, and that's what Ruth shows in your report. And my next step is going to be, I printed out my Excel spreadsheet, and I'm going to be comparing that to this report. Why it takes a little time to check that out, because whenever there's a change in property, they sometimes drop it off of this report that she will print out. There were 3 drops. And of course, fortunately, she does give me an extra double check. She gives me a sheet like this that says what properties were changed.
What has
Okay,
changed?
yeah,
that's good.
And surprisingly, how many people were changed ownerships this year in
Okay.
2021
Mhm.
in the village. There's
Mhm.
about 6 names changes as you're going through.
Oh,
And
Derek sold his. I don't
yeah,
know if that came through or not.
I don't know, but he sold his, it's a policeman, sheriff's deputy in there.
Sheriff, I don't, police, I don't know what he's night
what
guy.
kind of sheriffs?
Yeah, Stark County Sheriff Deputy.
I didn't know if he was
He's not
city
from-
or, I don't know if he's city.
He's
or-
not from
Sure.
Door County though, is he?
No,
I mean,
he's from Appleton area.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's where he was living anyway.
Yeah, is that where he's still working? Because I thought he has. to-
No, he's
Oh.
working in Door
Door
County.
County,
He was
okay.
driving up here and they gave him
Oh,
a
okay.
year to find a house or
Yeah.
something.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
okay.
he's carrying the Door County Sheriff's.
Okay. Oh, all right.
So during the year 2021, there were some properties that received garbage containers. Jason moved some around. I moved a few around. And so now I don't have any garbage containers in my barn at all. So the next person that needs garbage containers, we'll have to get them from going directly. We added 4 names to a list, the original list that I had. And then we added 4 names and we deleted 3. So we're doing okay yet. There's if a person wants a dumpster, that policy is still in effect, where they will get a dumpster costs $45 and they'll get a credit of $15.99 from that dumpster. So we're charging them $16 a year on this, a month, and they'll be difference from $15.99 versus $45. So they'll be getting a bill directly from going for that dumpster.
Okay.
Give you an idea what they're charging right now for if you're an individual wants garbage picked up, it's $32.
Mhm.
So it's half prices, but
Wow.
it's $32. A business, if they want garbage picked up, they cannot come through the town. They have to go directly to
To
going.
the hauler,
Yep, yep. If
and
they
that's
want-
fine.
if they want that.
Did you get a call from Tom Beadle?
No, I thought
No.
you got a call from him.
I did, but I told him to call you.
Well, yeah, he didn't call me because
He has a real long driveway,
Right.
yeah. He was wondering if he could get rid of those cans because he's got two dumpsters in Sturgeon Bay that he brings them to or something. Every day, he said I'd go twice a week to bring the garbage in or something. He's got a business, I think.
he probably does.
Yeah.
But he's got.
He
a
says, "I don't
residence
need-"
that's
Yes,
got a
I told him
septic.
that.
Yeah,
I told him that I said it has to be.
yeah,
And I said, if you have further questions, just call Roy. But I said, if you have a home with the approved septic system, you
yeah.
have the charge.
And that brings up the next subject. We had 3 people that when they signed up for garbage, or we
Yes.
gave them the garbage, they had a dumpster.
Mhm.
And the one contract was up here in September 1st, and I brought out the cans to them, and they are on the list right now. Ruth, this individual contacted you, and he provided a
Contract.
copy of his contract saying it was gonna be expired on December 31st of 2021. So if I would appreciate if you'd give him a call or
Now,
contact,
which one is that?
that's Mr. Wickler,
Okay,
Todd Wickler.
all right.
And if, and because his garbage cans should be delivered on January 1st or
Okay.
thereabouts. But he said that and now the copy that he gave you just says that, he's just put a post-it note.
Yeah, it didn't, yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
noticed it
there-
too.
And
That was a little
I'm
sketchy.
I'm reading in his contract that it's October 2020 and every 3 years thereafter. So I would assume that this should have been October of 2021,
Mhm.
but he said it was good for 2021 to
Okay.
December. So what's down here and what the post-it note on here is 2 different things.
Mhm. Okay,
And then the other person that we have that's sent me an email that's got a dumpster is Mr. Kinnering,
Kettering, yes,
Kettering. And his contract's not up
Till
until,
next year, is it, or,
no, it's sometime.
because he had just renewed it, I think, when we had
Until,
23.
it's,
I know, I noticed that the other day too on some of my
until 2022,
2022.
yeah, 2022, so he's got next year, so I got a copy of this contract in.
Okay. Do you know what month that is?
No, I don't have, but
Okay.
that's, I got a tickle to come back
Mhm,
before that time, so that's what's happening in the garbage collection, the garbage business, so. If they want a dumpster, they can still, it's available, because one citizen called me and said, right, they told me it's not doing anymore, so I wrote an email to Andrew, and he said, no, that's wrong, we got that business.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
maybe
Yeah, yeah.
contacting the other provider.
Yeah,
Yeah, it could have been, that could have been.
so we just have those two, these two then?
Can we
That was
get-
all. It was just the two that we were concerned about, Weckler and Kettering?
Just Weckler for now.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, those are the only two?
The only
Okay,
two, yeah.
I thought there was 3, but
No.
that could be right.
And
Okay.
right now, we have one account, one parcel of land's got 3 houses on, so they're getting 3 charges.
Mhm,
And we've got 3 that have 2 charges on,
okay.
because they got 2 residents on the same
Okay.
parcel of land.
Mhm.
So, any questions? So incidentally, every October 1st, we'll get a cost of living adjustment, so.
Mhm, mhm.
So this year it was just 15 cents, but I'm sure next year it'll probably be
Yeah,
more.
with the gas
Mhm.
going up too, yeah.
Well, gas is,
And the cost of it, yeah.
we're talking about diesel fuel, got the 475, and that's the reason before we get a fuel surcharge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a little room on that.
Well, yeah, but.
It's getting there.
Okay, roads and road work. Had a 2-hour meeting on Friday. And like we talked about, well, let maybe hit this first. First of all, talk about grass cutting. Grass cutting, the original bill we got from the highway department was 15,286.86. I wrote to Mr. Ash and said, hey, this is wrong because we were only supposed to pay a lot less than that for grass cutting this year.
And Dina send out a credit?
And so we got a credit, and so our bill got reduced to
Yeah.
11,941. Why that grass cutting was so higher was because in the second cutting, they didn't have part-time help. They were using regular full-time employees, and they were pulling them back and forth to finish the jobs. And so as a result, their labor costs went way up. So that's
their cost problem.
that's their cost problem. And so so when we talk about grass cutting in 2022, we might want to just go with one time. Like in July, when they get help doing that, you might want to consider that. We talked about that. Okay, other subject we had was that on last Friday, we had a 2-hour meeting and we were talking about local road improvement programs. The first one, Larry, you were involved in that once upon a time where we sat down and
You rate them and
we rated them
rank
all
it,
up.
and boy, that's a process. It's really a good process.
Yeah, it works out pretty good. There were 10 applications, so my application all included a cover sheet, pictures of the road, and then there was a description of each one of why we should be considered for this application. What there was in this particular round, there was $121,000 in this program. This is a local administrative program where we got $121,187.88 to be divided between 7 municipalities. There's 14 municipalities, and it's only going to go to 7 of them. Well, out of the 14 municipalities, only 10 applied for an application. So then we had to go through an evaluation sheet where we, as the town of Forestville, come out a little bit better because they look at safety, they look at longevity, they look at total cost. And so we got ranked number 3 in that. So town of Washington, Sturgeon Bay each got 20,000. Town of Forestville, Gibraltar, and Union each got 18,000, and the town of Jacksonport and Brussels got 13,593.44. So the rules up to that. So, and that road will be used on West Center Road, and that's going to be widened, and we're going to put 3.5 inches of pavement. But now, why it could be held up a little while is that the county is going to move their driveway further west towards their property line, and when they do that, they will pay for the extra 1/2 inch of blacktop to that driveway, so that we have 4 inches of blacktop rather than 3.
Coming out of the quarry.
Yeah, comes for the quarry operation.
Okay.
So I don't
They don't
believe,
want to pay for the whole road again.
yeah, they don't have to, but I don't believe we won't be doing the first part, that's 600 some odd feet. We won't be doing that top part at this time. So that's what happened with that particular program. The next program was, it's called TRID. That's a local road program, but that's a discretionary. That's a program where you are rated and you're competing with the rest of the people in Wisconsin on the 72 counties, and they are eligible for up to 50% of the cost. In that particular one, there were 6 municipalities that applied. We applied for one for Old Elm Road between Highway 42 and County Road O. That's we all talked about this before, so that's the one we talked about. The total cost of that was $207,500 for our road. Sturgeon Bay put in one for $92,000, Nassau-Bobby for $348,000, Washington $158,000, Union $150,000, Brussels $112,000. Again, we were all rated again, and so Forestville town got the #1 spot. So I don't know, for that rating. So so again, this is a 50%er. If we get it, it's great. The last time we got one 2 years ago, That was old substation road and we were rated number 2. We was just an Assawampi and Forestville. We still got it. So
Yeah.
the odds are us getting it are better, but being rated number 1.
Wow.
And the last program up is called TRIS, Supplementary. A local road improvement program. Again, this program is up to 90% from the state. Last time, town of Brussels got it, and they cut it back to 70% so that they could get it out to, so you don't know, you're gonna get 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90% of this particular one. There were only 2 municipalities applied for that. We applied for the old Krieger Road is what we applied for. And that's to compact, add gravel and to the northbound lane. Grade, compact, and add 3.5 inches of blacktop and add 2 feet of gravel shouldering. And that total project would come up to 189,000. Town of Union put in a quote for their road for 547,000. Again, they reviewed it, and it's a little spreadsheet, everything, they reviewed it, and we, again, were rated number 1 for our county.
No.
So again, better chance of getting it.
And of course, that's up to the state.
That is up to the state. Yep, that's up to the state.
Both of those.
Yeah, both of those up to the state. Both of those are up to looking at our application. And again,
From the county level, though, they've both been rated top.
that road, that's right, from the county level, yeah.
Maybe the state will look at our,
And you know,
there's that tour that's coming through here.
hey, you gotta show pictures, you know,
No,
You did-
and you did the right thing.
Right.
yeah, you take pictures of
We
everything.
talk about it, and those are the ways to go about it.
Smithsonian thing. that should
The
help us out.
Smithsonian.
Yeah.
And
And then today I got an email, I had to quickly run this over to Thad. He's doing the application for me, which is great. But I quickly had to run this and give him a signature on that. So that's on that, and that's the road situation. Any questions? So we will,
Good job, Roy.
Mhm, very
excellent,
good,
thank you.
yes.
we'll see what happens next.
Mhm.
Okay. Dead and leaning trees in the town right away.
You sure found it. Okay, thank you, Jake.
You got a pencil and paper, guys?
Oh, boy.
Was out with Mark Krieger yesterday before the game. And we went and looked at all the trees. And he gave me a quote tonight. We got the 2 ash trees on Geyer Road in front of my place. He's giving me a price of $550. On Wilkie Road, that's a huge cottonwood tree, 4.5 feet around, and 1 willow tree. He's given a price to remove it. When I say a price, they
Estimate.
take them down and they grind everything up. In my case, he's a little bit less because he's gonna leave the burnable wood. The cotton tree and the willow tree on Wilkie Road, he's gonna take everything down.
Mhm.
On the next
What was the price of the Wilkie Road?
$1,500. On Rosewood Road, there's 2 locust trees and trim a few limbs on the locust, on another locust tree. Again, removing everything, that's gonna be $1,100. On Maplewood Road, there's a tree in front of Chris Engergo, or known as it's in Stevens Place. That ash tree is gonna be $500. And then in front of Nyla Schley, there's limbs overhanging the road that are gonna cost $150.
So it's a total of $650.
$650.
Maplewood Road,
Yeah. And then on Brands Road, there's 1 ash tree on Brands Road for $300. And then on Maplewood Road it's Gagstead, it's Jan Gagstead's property. And there's 7 ash trees there. I called he gave me a price of $2,100 to take those trees down. I hadn't talked to Jan Gagstead, and he wants the wood, so that price might be a little bit less than that $2,100. So that's our total cost that we have bid. from Mark Krieger. The other road that we talked about is a mess of ash trees is Anschutz Road. And I have a little problem on there because I talked to the Wisconsin Public Service and I said, when thinking was that the public service would come in and top them down below the line. Christine says, we don't do that anymore. She says, what you do is just have the contractor call us and we'll come and drop the lines. And then when you're done, we'll put the lines back up again.
So,
I said, thank you. You're making it difficult. So Mark Krieger said, Mark said, no, I think I'll call a company that handles trimming. I think they'll do something different than that. So we're not doing anything on Anschutz Road right now.
would that be asphalt?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense to me, yeah.
And the other road I haven't done anything on was Stone Road south of County Road H. Was that one there is a little bit difficulty because Rose Chestock, now known as Rosalie, now known as Rosalie, what's her name? Bardot. She owns on both sides of the road. And there's ash trees dead all in that woods. So how far do you go? I don't know on that. So we haven't done a thing on that road yet. So that's the information. I guess my first question to the board is, do you want to get some quotes from other tree removal services, or should we go with Mark and give him the okay? It won't be done tomorrow if he does. It's going to be, he's backlogged 3-4 months already. He's got enough work. What was the total bump that you had there?
About 6,200.
And that's
Well, we knew we were gonna have to spend money on this
Yeah.
project.
yeah.
And, Mark has done a good job for us when we had oh, by the way, the road is closed now.
Yeah, can you go to 3 o'clock in the morning and get that?
Yeah, right. I would say that we should just go ahead. Do you need a motion on that?
Yes, we would need this.
I make a
Considerable amount of money.
motion that we have Mark Krieger remove these trees, Garter Road, Wilkie Road, Rosewood Road, Maplewood Road, Brands, Road,
Okay,
all those that you
and
delineated.
just got this
there for
listing
us.
that we got right here. Yeah.
I second that.
Okay, motion made to hire this honor Mark Krieger's quote for removal of trees at the roads that we listed.
Yep.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. I have a folder saying it's marked dead trees in the town of Forestville.
Dead trees in the town of Forestville.
Another folder.
This is just caution, if people planting trees in the right of way, it might not bother us today. But
Bother somebody.
yeah, somebody planted these ash trees on that string of 7 ash trees. Somebody planted those because they're at 26 feet from our center line.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know who planted those ash trees on my place, but they were planted by somebody else than I. But yeah, but I'm going to follow up on this. I'm going to go and see the planning department. I have to check out the people who live on Anschutz Road. Dean Bowman owns most of that property, and he burns wood, we found out. But there's some other people. You can't find people. You can't find phone numbers anymore. And
What side of Anschutz Road? Both.
both
Both
sides.
sides?
Yeah, both
Yeah,
sides.
Because Trevor Listilla is one that just bought property there. He put up a shed, he just put up a shed there.
Well, see, there's a little spot right there. This is Nassawappi. See that little, that's where there's some residents. This is Dean Bowman over here. He's on this side.
I can get Dean's number.
You have,
I can get it.
you can,
Yeah, and I got Dean's number
You
too.
do, okay.
And I have Trevor's number too, Trevor Listilla's.
but there's 2 houses there. There's 2 properties in that
Yeah.
little block. And my
But
first,
he's on the dead end road.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
dead
it.
end road both ways, right?
yeah, it's a dead,
Yeah.
it's a dead end road. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
curves in
Okay.
here. Yeah, one,
Yeah, because this is Forestville and the other one's Brussels.
Brussels,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm,
and
yeah.
Dean lives right here,
You go around the curve.
and then
you
there's
see-
another guy living out right over here.
Yeah, there's a couple of residents.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. And my first question is, are they in the town of Forestville, that little black block right there, that where we got residents? I don't know.
Oh,
They're-
on that side of the road.
Yeah, they're on that side of the road.
Oh, boy.
So I gotta find out our planning department.
Yeah.
Yeah, find out,
Yeah.
agreed.
Because I know it's where that Joan U. Herrick used to live, and I don't know if that is in there. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, next thing, we have an intergovernmental agreement with the town of, from the town of Forestville with the county of Door. And here's what the Door, it is a yearly thing, you have to sign every year. But this is where we agree to have the county do certain things for the township. And some of them is, one of us reinstallation or knock down traffic signs and or purchase of new traffic signs to replace missing ones per sheriff's department notification. I tried over the past years to say no to this. I would do it ourselves, but they ignore me completely. So I initial.
God, you might just as well. That's an uphill battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it says road closure for emergency response when requested by sheriff's department, fire department, emergency service.
Yeah.
Yep, do that. Removal of trees or tree branches that have fallen across the road, local roadway for sheriff's sheriff's department notification. Again, that was one that I tried to say, no, we'll do it, but can't fight that. Snow plowing of local roads of 2 inches or more, including spreading or sand and salt is needed. Okay. Washouts of local roads per sheriff's department notification. I said, okay, so, and then they'll also fill crack filling, potholes, shoulder repair, tree cutting along local roads. We call, these are as requested, so public requires, so. That's, if you had any objections, I'll sign this and forward that to them.
I was just able to get Mark Krieger down to get that before they county came around.
Well, that's why you try to, when like Dina calls me once in a while or something, when their drivers are traveling the roads and they notice something, they get all the Dina. Dina calls me and we try to get that done.
Get it first.
Yeah, get it first. Well, it's a simple thing like putting up a sign. It costs us $15 for a 4x4 treated post 10 feet long. Then you need the lag bolts and put the sign up, and it takes you about 2 hours to put the sign up. So for $30 plus $45, with $15 for $45, you get the sign put in.
Right.
County charges $130.
I got a question for you on that. This came across one of my conversations with somebody, but they said like the county puts in a sign, a wooden, post, and there's holes drilled in it, and that's designed to snap off if somebody hits it.
Right. Those are 6x, those are 4x6.
4x6.
4x6,
Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know like the ones we put in, they weren't.
No.
4x6.
No,
No,
those
those
are
are
4x4s.
4x4s.
Got it. All right. So we don't need the holes drilled.
No.
Only when you get into the bigger size.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
It's a state thing too. If you look on state roads, you'll notice that.
Because I was thinking of the one we put in the other day, we're like going way down to the ground and dropped this pole way in there and.
We went down to the stone, didn't we?
We got as far as we could, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, next item on the list is payment of bills.
Okay, I'm gonna start on page 2 of the balance sheet detail. And it's gonna start at 1018 with Century Tel, or 1021 with Century Tel.
That's our monthly bill, $77 for township. Huh?
Yeah, it's for phone and internet.
Where's that one?
At 1021,
Oh, that's where it begins.
yeah.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And that $25 you see at the very beginning, right after Century is the POL, Bank of Luxembourg. That's that fee of pulling the $143,000 in.
For wiring.
wiring,
Yeah.
The wire transfer.
Yep.
Yeah, I see it didn't come through on the memo description.
Check number 16359, that was paid to Jim Sisler. And those were those lenses that somebody broke
Oh,
out.
they
in our
broke out
pavilion.
the lenses, yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Oh, yeah, there were 3 out of the 4.
Yeah,
Pavilion, yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, they punched holes in them, they
Yeah.
knocked the one, really shattered it.
yeah, those 2 stones up there, and it's our policy is what, $250 deductible, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, I didn't think that would happen, but.
No,
No, that happened last year. Actually, well, that was in the spring of the year, I think.
spring, something, somebody stole it. And Jim didn't know he could find them, but he did, so.
He's gotta come out and wire up my furnace in my garage.
Did you, pay the bill for the cemetery tab?
Yeah, it'd be on the first page, maybe?
Or maybe that's
Yeah,
why-
cemetery's in the
That's
first
why I
page.
didn't see
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
I'm starting. second page.
Yeah. And you know, all this memo description, when I write the check, I put it in the category. The category does not print. So on the very bottom, there's like a little place where I can put a memo. That's why when you get your check, you'll see, it'll say something on, on the very bottom of your check. And
It's
that's
just
what
really
this
weird. I
is.
know. it's
I
really
know,
weird.
I just do not like that. Because this is the only description that, here now, this is a broken down one. I didn't write everything in there.
Because I don't see where you got the check. for that.
Oh,
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Right on top.
Here it is, here it is,
Yeah,
here it is.
yeah.
I just- Oh,
top of page 1.
yeah.
All right. Super.
So now when you get your check, you'll see cemetery cleanup on the very bottom of your check.
That's wonderful.
That's the only description. I suppose I could go back in and put all that
Oh,
information
gosh.
in once the check is printed to edit,
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
And the plows weren't called out yesterday, so we didn't spend any money for snow removal.
yay.
I make a motion, we pay the bill.
I'll second that.
Motion made to pay the bills, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Okay, our next meeting, we have our meeting this week, Thursday, at 6 o'clock at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Sturgeon Bay.
How many people are going so I
And
can
Ruth knows
send in?
needs to go. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
No, okay,
Get to
3.
wear a mask.
I think those that are vaccinated, remember?
Yeah, that's what that's.
I got my third one.
I get mine
Third
Monday.
I won't go.
So 3,
3, okay, you gotta call in.
yeah, I'll call in, yeah, I better,
Okay,
a
thank you.
big X
I'm
here. so-
curious to hear, they're gonna talk about American Rescue Plan, but
Yes,
I think they're gonna market, trying to,
for
aren't they
broadband.
gonna try and do something with a whole coalition for broadband?
Oh, for goodness sake.
The county?
I didn't hear anything. Didn't hear a thing about that, Larry, so,
I know broadband and you turn it off.
yeah. And that's the broadband. Got antennas in my head now.
I gotta say, shouldn't, but I gotta say that CenturyLink has upped the speed that I'm experiencing in Maplewood.
Really?
I'm up to almost 70 meg down and 20 meg up.
Holy cow.
So when I go in to do maintenance on the website or such like that,
We're still at 6 down.
well, here we're doing good,
Yeah, yeah.
we're still doing, let's see. I'm hooked up here right now. So. Let me see if I can,
I think they could broaden that a little bit.
Okay, so how can I share my screen? There it is. Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, here it is. It's right here.
No, you're at 49.9.
down
down,
and 5.68 up.
yeah.
So that's what we have here at the town hall right now.
Mhm.
So that's, okay, fine. So that's the speed they're getting in off of all this system here, which is, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at 6.
I emailed that to you before I came and I got that and I thought, well, I'm not really interested in completing that. So I thought,
No,
well, I'll
no,
give it to Roy and they
yeah.
requested it be completed again. And I
Yeah,
thought, no,
yeah, no.
okay,
Uh,
just throw it out then.
yeah.
What is that?
Bay Lake.
Bay
one-
Lakes,
one-
yeah.
Oh,
Like a
Playing.
survey. and-
Okay.
Yeah. November 21 update, we just got broadband forward and special assessments, talking about special assessments and, you know, AERP, where update on here.
I heard that the other day. This just came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Page 22 is about ARP.
Yeah.
ARP. Special assessments.
Oh, yeah, that was the broadband forward.
Yeah. Larry, I'll probably call on you to talk about the gov.gov. You've done some work on that at the meeting. The next new business, what I'm gonna bring up is .gov and also solar energy farms.
Solar farms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna bring up at the WTAB, so.
Oh,
This
I can
Thursday?
talk.
Pardon?
This Thursday, that's what you're bringing up?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
What's
okay.
going, did you hear any more on that or?
no, just what
Just
caution
what we
people
got.
on solar farms to, hey, and Mariah, they're working on getting some ordinances on that, so.
They don't want them?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, they
you
do.
gotta be regulated.
Oh,
They're, right now, she thinks they're the same as wind
okay.
wind towers, but,
Okay.
okay, as for the future meetings, if you have anything, let Ruth or I know for future meeting. Next town board meeting is December 20th at 6:30 PM. Motion to adjourn would be all right.
I make a motion to adjourn. Sorry.
That was good. I wanted to, motion made to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I was pulling a Biden.
We are.
Oh.
All right.